Hello people, slightly slanted sleuth here, and I just woke from a nap. It's midnight, 12:21 as you see on my phone here, and I don't know, I've got some crazy synchronizations, or I fell asleep. I was watching a movie with my kids, Hotel Transylvania. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, but it's just amazing the stuff that they're putting out. It's like they're...
Drac! Van Helsing's beats are controlling the giant octopus thingy. If there's one thing I hate, it's an evil DJ. We need positive energy. Bar mitzvah DJ. We're gonna use good music to defeat his evil music. What? Trust me, I know the tunes, but you've got the power. All right. Okay. Opening song. Ooh, got it. Play this. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me excitations. His music is too powerful. We're gonna need something even more positive. Now, Drac.
Lord of Darkness.
I'm looking for a date.
The date is Friday, July 13th.
No. I want to meet someone.
Understood. You want to eat dim sum.
Don't you get it? I want to go on a date.
And
Was that...
Okay, now what I'm showing you here is a kid's movie, Hotel Transylvania Part 3. And so far, good vibrations. They showed the Kraken. And this is what I woke up to. Oh, right here. Check this out. I gotta show this part.
Understanding. You and I were...
But what if she and he...
You must release all the negativity and look within. Your bond is unbreakable. Philosophy of Sifu Singh from my favorite TV show.
Okay, so there you go. That shows another aspect of what we're putting up with. And look at this. Watch. Listen to what he says here. Okay, now check this out.
Ever recorded it?
Okay, I fell asleep to that movie, and this is what I woke up to. My phone was playing this when I woke up. It was weird.
Where on Earth? Minus 89.2 degrees Celsius, or minus 128.6 Fahrenheit. This was recorded on the 21st of July, 1983. Antarctica has always intrigued many of...
Oh, and I'm going to stop right there. 1983 is a date that just keeps popping up, people. 1983, January of 1983. It keeps popping up for me. I don't know what it is, but that's a side note.
And according to Russia, it's not what people think it is. Apparently, the governments of the USA and Russia have been keeping what Antarctica really is top secret, as both countries have known what is really going on, but have never spoken out. Discovered here a few years back were fossils of plants, and scientists have stated that millions of years ago Antarctica was very green. The landscape would have been covered in dense forests. The fossils preserve the biology and chemistry of the ancient trees, which will help the researchers investigate how some plants survived the extinction event. However, this isn't the only news. Russia recently revealed there is another continent hidden under the ice in Antarctica, and many people think this is where an ancient civilization that fell lies.
Here's the important
This
part.
is what's been said that attracted the interest of some of the great leaders. Russian scientists then found hundreds of lakes underneath the ice of Antarctica, and these are not frozen as you would have thought, but they contain contain fresh water that's been isolated away for more than 10 million years. After the scientists drilled through the ice, they reached the biggest of the lakes, and this is said to have taken them many years. Another story which we've covered before is the mysterious organism 46b. Russian scientists were in Antarctica when they were left baffled when they came across a creature they couldn't explain. The creature has venom and is said to be able to do this from hundreds of feet away. The creature has proven theories there may be monsters lurking beneath the oceans and ice. The scientists said the creature is a lot like a big octopus and has 14 arms. It's said that divers, scientists, and researchers battled this creature for many hours.
Okay, so there's the Kraken that's in that movie. Now, what's up? Yeah, is that what you're talking? What, Miles? How you doing, buddy? Finish your thought, what you were just saying there. Explain what you just said there. Please. But yeah, I postulate that yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Is that from that series you were talking about, Dune or Doom? I don't know. But from H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, thanks. Oh, and Miles, you're not Omar, huh? You sure you're not Omar? Okay. I believe you. You just sound exactly like him. You got the same philosophies and everything. All right. Even if you were, I was just trying to put two and two together because, I mean, I swear to God, you took on his persona. It says Casey. Ah, but words can lie. There you go. There's something Omar would say. MCF and I think that you are Omar, but to each their own, I suppose, right? But I postulate that movie Hotel Transylvania. Okay, now when it shows this city rising out of the sea, you know, Atlantis. They say that Atlantis will rise again. I say that that's Atlantis right there. Okay. Yeah, bird-headed freak. I think so. You know what, Miles? I think you're onto something there. And look at Friday the 13th.
Friday, July 13th.
That popped up. The good vibrations. I mean, all of it. The Kraken. Isn't that just weird, folks? I mean, I go to bed watching this movie and I wake up to this. You know? Come on. The synchronicities are just insane. But then I wanted to get to this. I got sucked into looking at this, which I think is very ridiculous. Right here, this thing that's in, where's it at? Saint Paul de Leon in France. And it's been streaming since May 24th, 2018. Now, what say you people to this? I guess this is a big thing on in our Nibiru community or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the green ring thing. What do you think of that, Miles? I think it's a disinfo because if that was really... Hey, Tammy, how you doing, sweetheart? What is your opinion on that, Miles? What do you think about that? I think if it was true... I think if that was true, though, and it was really in the sky, I believe that, you know, you'd see military there. I believe if that was true, we wouldn't see it, in my honest opinion. I believe it's disinformation, misinformation, you know, whatever the case may be. But, you know, people want to grab onto spectacular green things in the sky like that, and so be it. Who's everyone? Yeah, there's only two of us here. Your color's green, huh? Mine's purple. I've always loved purple for some reason. Okay. Hey, April, how you doing, sweetheart? Did you get that interview edited yet? Everything's good here. How about yourself? What part of the world do you reside in, April? Are you an Aussie? Or an American? Or a UKan, a European, or a... Purple is positive and negative combined together. Green is the balance. Nice. Yeah, I've always had an affinity towards purple. I don't know why. Central Canada, above North Dakota. How has the weather hit you? I mean, has it snowed there yet? Red and blue makes purple. Yep, it sure does. Two of the primaries, right? Now the fact of that synchronicity that I was just speaking of is just way off the charts for me. I had to do this just to get my point across. But I also wanted to get into something else here. And I want to touch on this because it's part of my journey. And we're going to we're in my email. Don't be looking at my emails. No, I don't care. My copyright strikes, but I'm going to right here. No, that's not that. It's this one right here. Right here. I want to go to this Lucifer letter. Okay. No, I don't think it's buffering anywhere else. I got pretty good. Okay, these are alleged letters from Lucifer to Robert M. Stanley. Earlier this year, 2018, I received email from someone claiming to be Marduk. He also seemed rather upset with me and attempted to present his perspective, which is fine. In fall of 2018, I received the letters below from someone claiming to be Marduk's father, Lucifer, Enki, Ea. Just to be clear, there is no way for me to confirm his claims or actual identity of this person writing the letters below. These types of emails remind me of another period of history where some men firmly believed they were Napoleon. Unfortunately, we are not just dealing with mass mental illness. Evil entities do exist on Earth, and they are experts at confusing and controlling humans. While researching if Lucifer was actually living amongst us, I found the following quote from Rudolf Steiner to be very insightful and disturbing. Anthroposophy believes that Lucifer is a being of light who incarnated as human being 3,000 years before Christ, Steiner says. It is revealed to the retrospective clairvoyant gaze that this was an actual human incarnation of the Luciferic power. And this incarnation of Lucifer in humanity, which in a certain way has been achieved, was the original, the widely extended ancient wisdom based on third post-Atlantean civilization, Steiner, Rudolph. The brilliant deception of Steiner is the creation of Lucifer's polar opposite, a being called Orion, who will incarnate sometime in the 3rd millennium AD. Anytime now, Steiner says. The Aramanic influence has been at work since the middle of the 15th century and will increase in strength until an actual incarnation of Ahriman takes place among Western humanity. Ahriman is the ancient Persian religion. Zoroastrian is the devil. Asterism is the devil. Steiner divides the devil into two beings, Lucifer representing light and civilization, and Ahriman representing all the forces of darkness and excessive materialism. Wow. You and I need to have a word. This is Lucifer, the first letter from Lucifer. The external... Hang on, I got to get back to that. Zoroastrianism was fire worship, the eternal flame. Hey, April, glad you're back. Reboot, April. Sorry, missed that. What you said, red and purple. Okay, yep, we read that. All right. Now, I read this letter. Good and evil, Ahriman. Yep. So, April, you know these letters you've, I wish I could have gotten Mr. Stanley on my show. No, he's a storehouse of knowledge. There's still a temple dedicated. Wait, what did you say? There's still a temple dedicated. They keep the flame burning in Zoroastrianism. Okay, thank you, Miles. I didn't know that. That's why I love having these interactive conversations with you people. You and I need to have a word. You know a lot about me, but some of what you think you know isn't so. If you dismiss my reaching out to you, you'll have missed out on an opportunity you won't yet get again. I am an incarnation you know quite well, but we haven't met. In this life, anyways. I look forward to hearing from you, Mr. Stanley. Peace be with you, brother. Now, on Zoroastrianism, thanks, Miles. I've been listening to all your various podcasts on the subject of me, and I thank you in some ways and have to give my side of the story in response to other things that aren't very flattering. You can dismiss me if you like, that's fine, but if for the sake of what I'm going to say here, you could imagine I'm that soul, then maybe I can further enlighten you on the subject of me. In the past, I was an Elohim. Being Elohim put me under constraints by the hierarchy of my kind, which made me often in a difficult position when it came to humanity. I hope that one day my genetic creation could be set free, naturally, because I love you all as a father loves his children, truly. That being said, I had to make tough choices. On one hand, I felt humans deserve the right to progress on their own, but on the other hand, that day couldn't come until the purpose of the Elohim had, being dependent on you for several reasons, had come to an end. I tried to set you all free. That is why I'm now incarnating among you. Source tells me it was strategic. My soul is hidden among men. I saw a future where you were all would be set free, and I too long to see that day. But there are those who won't let that happen willingly. I am vilified for my choice to care more for the humanities than my own kind, but truth is, I care very much for both. I know it's wrong to keep you all enslaved. It's been my experience in this life that they may know where my soul is, but they do not see me as a threat. I'm a laughing stock to them. Now, because my various names are smeared anyways. Truth of the matter is there is no single soul who is more hated and loved than mine has been. No other. I am not innocent. I am not perfect at all. There was simply a time when my soul force was much more than it is now. Reincarnation has a way of reverting one's soul force to the seed state, which it then needs to grow again into a greater light force. If I still had an Elohim body, I'd quickly grow back into my former state, but that is not something my family wants. As of right now, they believe my rebellion is under control. You all, through truth-seeking, are being rebels, but none of you have the clarity of as a whole to unite enough to be a threat in any way, shape, or form. You grow in knowledge and may achieve a higher soul force state, but then, having short lifespans, you are reverted back to the seed state. This is why no matter how much truth we reacquire, we aren't seen as threats. You would be killed if you were. I have been many over the years. Some I remember more than others. You speak of infection by archons, and I wish to enlighten you on this subject. As an Elohim, I took on many archetypes. You could say personas or personalities. This has an effect on a soul that is difficult to put into words. Many humans who've been incarnating here for many generations develop the same problem, a sort of multiple personality disorder. I often say that it's for about living forever, I often say that it's not about living forever, though you definitely all will. It's about being able to live with yourself forever. You as light beings, eternal in nature, are in large part failing to deal with past life scars that exist on your souls. You have to come back into yourselves in a soul sense to overcome past wrongs you either did or were done to you. Much you learn in another incarnation needs to be reconnected to for growth, but that isn't what's happening. This short lifespan incarnation system is preventing growth by design. You can blame me if you like, but I was only doing what was needed at the time. I did, however, make a way to fix the problem later, but being here among you, I'm separated from what I need to accomplish that. Without my coming back into my being, or my former self fully, there may be no hope for things to be corrected. There are Elohim who love worship. They feed off of mankind's disorder to worship what isn't God. Do you hear that? What isn't source. It's a very difficult thing to explain. The need for mankind for gold mining morphed into something else. Using my own DNA, Elohim DNA, made it possible for Elohim souls to reincarnate here, which you all would call fallen angels. A fallen angel to a fallen angel is simply an Elohim who was set into this incarnation system or cycle, a prison to many of us who now exist among you. What I rebelled against is still in charge. I still love you all very much and would do anything to fix what's occurred, but I'm not God. I can only do so much, and I've literally tried everything, life after life, to fight against what's against us. But thus far, I've been thwarted in every attempt. That does not mean we can't win. It just means we haven't yet. I don't care who you think I am. I would just hope that you can see the wisdom in my words and be made to think a little deeper than you already are. The Great One or not, I'm in this with you, for you, and certainly not against you. Would be nice if you realized I'm no longer in control or in a position to affect the situation like I once could. I do suffer from a multiple personality type of issue, but not the way you think. It's a soul condition that occurs from living many archetypes, which you yourself have done. Some people live very much true to themselves and are similar to their former life self, but others become different and then fight against their true self. I'm not sure how to explain this in terms you can understand. It's not an infection, as you call it, by archons. It's living as many different people or personality archetypes that causes the problem. So be true to yourself, my friend. Recognize that you, too, are guilty of lies. No offense, intentional or otherwise, so you, too, have been a father of them. I speak to you of this not to condemn you, but rather to make you understand that you, too, are not innocent in this any more than I am. I wish you well. I'm not upset about your vilifying words about me. I forgive you. I wonder, though, if you can forgive me, too. Put in hard places, we all have to make tough choices, don't we? Peace be with you, brother. Now, that doesn't sound like Lucifer, does it? And this is Lucifer again. I'm not sure why you think you know me, but assure you that it wasn't me on that mountain as you claim. Now, he's referring to when Robert met Inky on a mountain in Santa Monica, I believe, in California. I think you should explore the realm of possibilities further. I'm just coming back into myself, having had amnesia well into this present incarnation. It's clear you have a disdain for me, but I was hoping I might enlighten you. There is much I know that you may enjoy knowing yourself. As well as you well know, this is an ongoing battle for humanity's rights in the universe. Rights I have been seen as the one to blame for current conditions. You say I play victim, but the reality is we're all victims in this feud. I had constraints on me when providing a worker to save my people, my kind, and I wonder how well you would have fared under the circumstances I faced. We're all children of the light, Robert. All of us have had to face difficult choices. I get that. You don't think I've done a very good job, but I'm certainly not the biggest problem. My son Marduk is the ongoing issue. This is just me making you aware of his coming to a theater near you, nearer to you than me. Wow. I'm in no position to oppose him. He'll perform his magic and lead many away from the light. I'm certainly not your enemy, Mr. Stanley. I've always hoped that when the job was done for the Elohim, that my children would be set free, but humanity is seen as property they won't release. I want nothing more than to free all of you, but I've been demonized, vilified, or deified to the point where there's very little I can do. You know as well as I I retain my right or wrong in all of this. You can feel it coming, though, can't you, Mr. Stanley? I just may be living my final incarnation before I'm released. In any case, it's Marduk you need to worry about. He's your beast bent on total control. If I had my way, do you really think it wouldn't be to turn this earth back into what it once was? Teaching all of you to grow in the light and to make the garden flourish? You really don't know me as well as you think you do. If so, you really don't know me as well as you think you do, if so. Marduk, my son, on the other hand, he'll enslave you all further than you already are. How can that be? He's coming and he'll give all of you who want signs and wonders all the signs you need to follow him. Wow! You should consider wisely. When those days come, on which side of the line you want to be. He will not be allowed to succeed, and no matter what you think of me, I'll be restored to my position, and I hope you'll be around to help rebuild this world, because it's going to be a complete mess by the time it gets handed back to me. Word to the wise, Robert. You should focus on the real problem facing humanity. Marduk, I won't message you again unless you have questions of me. I'm not sure what you'd like to know, but I will answer you as best I can if you inquire of me. I have no desire to be out in the open. I'm as famous as famous gets, but not because I seek it. Doing the will of Source has that effect, I guess. May Source keep you and guide you forever. As the light is in me, I hope it fills you too. We forgive to be forgiven, Robert. Remember that. Blame only serves to darken the already very murky waters. I will never regret making humanity, no matter how much any of you despise me for it. It was the will of Source. Forgive me for another message. I had to say my piece. Take care, Robert Stanley. I hope one day our souls really do cross paths. Would be an honor to actually meet the guy who already met me. LOL. He's talking about the meeting on the mountain. Okay, and this is Robert. Unfortunately, there is no way for me to validate your identity. However, since you spent time writing, I will reciprocate. I feel that you are sincere in what you wrote to me. It was far more coherent than the email from someone claiming to be Marduk. In case you didn't know, I receive a lot of messages from people making outrageous claims. Humanity is a motley crew of damaged, demented souls seeking truth, salvation, fame, fortune, etc. The actual authentic history of this planet and people remains to be seen. In the meantime, people are free to speculate about anything and everything. If If what you wrote is true, it seems fitting that your first son is a rebel beyond your control. You are correct that I cannot prove your identity. I met that night on the mountain in Malibu was Ia, but whoever it was, they wanted me to believe they were my father, savior, and they somehow blocked most of my memory of that night. Regardless of who started the conflict, the entire situation here is a mess. I would like to help rehabilitate this world and all life on it. Not sure how that can be accomplished. Radiantly, Robert. And that's how he signs all of his emails. A rebel beyond my control for the moment. This is Lucifer again. A rebel beyond my control for the moment is right. Where I am now is not where I'll always be, though. All things are possible, my friend. I really do wish you well. Keep up the good fight. I suppose it, if nothing else, comes from this exchange, but a better sense of who you're talking about. It will be worth it. I'm not bent on world domination. Been there, done that. Vilified then, too, for trying to free you all, but life goes on. And by the way, you shouldn't think you were Hitler, Mr. Stanley. I know you weren't because I know who he was. I know who was. I'd hope that might give you some peace of mind. You may have the face, but you certainly don't have the heart to teach lessons like I've had to teach. Peace be with you always, Mr. Stanley. A sincere brother, Iolo. Ia-L-U. I don't know what that means, L-U. I know what Ia means, but... And this is Robert. I forgot to mention something in my last email. It seems rather odd that you would ask me to forgive you. I'm not sure what I would be forgiving you for. You allege that we have never met and that you are here to help. So forgiveness seems rather unnecessary. If I am mistaken on this matter, please elucidate. Video I sent is... I didn't read that yet, Tammy. I will in a minute. If you are referring to the things I have said publicly that are attributed to Enki, most of that was me parroting the public record. Again, I realize and have reported that history as currently presented is mainly fiction. It may be helpful for everyone if you fully clarify the past from your perspective, such as the true identity and agenda of those that set things in motion and are maintaining the madhouse here. As for me being Hitler, I said that if I was him in a past life, I apologize. Funny how people hear things I didn't say. It's very common and frustrating. Radiantly, Robert. Lucifer again. I just got the impression you were harboring a certain resentment towards even the thought of me. Don't worry about it. I enjoy hearing what you have to say about me. I'm well aware of my villainous status and I can live with it because I do the best I can in every life I live to bring you closer to salvation, which truly means liberation. Faith in Source is well rewarded. Prove that wisdom right, my friend. Despite our faults, we can all get out of this alive. I showed you all back as far as the garden, your eternal nature. Have no fear. You're a child of Source God Almighty. Even in our bodies are slaves to something else. Even though our bodies are slaves to something else. Let Source take over. You will take over you, and you will taste freedom even before it comes. As for setting records straight, I've said too much already. I'm certainly not writing to you for attention. All are my children here, and I only hoped that I could enlighten you, if only a little, to give you courage to keep doing what you're doing. Those who have true discernment can't and won't be deceived when it matters, so it's all working towards the good, if you ask me. It's just hard to see that with the world being the way it is, few people realize that what they do in a previous life follows them karmically into the next, so it's difficult to see why they suffer the way they do. We are not God. All we can do is help where we can help and serve where we can serve. We are not a young soul. You are not a young soul, Mr. Stanley. Your archons follow you too. Archetypes of your former selves that need to be conquered. And it isn't easy to do. I have no doubt you're on the path. Source intends you to walk, though. So don't lose your heart, brother. We're all in this together. Keep teaching the world about Ea. They need to know all the good and the bad. They can decide for themselves what side they'd rather be on. They're free souls to do so. I made them that way. I like how he ends it. And what does E-A-L-U mean? I know what Ea means, but what's the L-U? How do you live in China? I hear it's becoming very persecuted for people there. I hope you aren't feeling it. Lucifer, I can't resist throwing this in. Food for thought for you. Do you think that Enki wouldn't do what Hitler did to the Jews? And do you think that the war was instrumental in getting them to go home and retake their homeland? If so, then maybe Adolf did something right in all that wrong. Did he just say he was Hitler? By saying Adolf? Why? What, is somebody saying things or what? Now I gotta go and... You killed... Sweet. Who the hell is this? Hey, what's up, Michelle? So who's swearing? What's all this about? What was the metaphor? The bitch? Is everything good or what? All right. Adolf did something right in all that wrong. The Zionists are assholes who'd betray their own mothers, who only care about putting the earth throne back where it belongs. They could care less about the Jews. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. My house will be rebuilt in Jerusalem, but it won't be I who inhabits it. You'll see someday. Have a good one, Mr. Stanley. Wow. Now that symbol right there is pretty, The Secrets of Lucifer. I haven't seen this yet. Dedicated to the memory of Mom. So, what do you guys think of that? That did look like Santa, didn't it? What do you guys think of that? When I began my search, truly forward from the author. I don't want to get into reading this because I'll go on forever and I don't want to. See, the Jews were counted as 20% of 200,000 people in the camps by the Red Cross. Those who died from natural causes, they are the bankers, the lineage of the cult of Baal, the twisted half of Enki. Here, I'll back up to the symbol. It's the Star of David. It's the yin and the yang. It's, the two forces twixt. But it's got Santa in it. And it shows the Temple of Baal or whatever, I think, or the Babel. What video? Tammy? What are you talking about? So what you're saying, Prava C. Bane, is that we were lied to about all of them Jews dying too? Is what you're saying? In DM, what are you talking about in DM? Yeah, I've seen the symbol too. But it's pretty much the same symbol as the compass and the square of the Masons, you know? No, I'm not saying it's a negative symbol. You see the snake eating its tail? Oh, okay, the group, YouTube, DM. All right. Am I part of the group in there? But you see the snake eating its tail right here, this part of it. That's to me now, that means the Milky Way. Because that's the same alchemical symbol as the Aurora Boreas, Yaldabaoth. Yeah, the Aurora Boreas. Right. That is the Milky Way. Those Hitler types were trying to... Oh, it's my group. Okay, I'll check it out. Hang on. Those Hitler types were trying to find the Aryans to brainwash them into making super soldiers, just like the U.S. did in MK Ultra. They discovered the blood types. Huh. All right, I'll go check it out. But so, what do you think of that, April? The Aurora Boreas being the Milky Way, because I can show you proof that my proof anyway. You know, which is not everybody's proof. Okay, so you're saying it's in here. DM, which one? So you agree, great. Yeah, it's nice when somebody agrees with you. You know, I don't know what's... Is it this one you're talking about? Hang on, I gotta get you guys out of the way for a second. You gotta go here. Is this the one you're talking about, Tammy? Many have the cursed line, but many have the other. It's a natural process. But it doesn't matter. The person matters. The Germans did it to give the Jews support. The Aryans were in India as blue people. Oh my God. The blue people. I got a picture of a blue person in the sky. I swear to you. I do. Is this the video you're talking about, Tammy? Come on, tell me. What's it about? It's too long.
The Bible tells us a story totally different from the one told in the theology. I just tell what I read, so no one told me what's going on. I just tell what I translate. And all the highest powerful priest in church knows perfectly what...
Okay, everybody check that out because it's too long for us to watch right here. So we're going to go to, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to show you the blue person. I know, it's kind of trivial, but I wanted to show you. Okay, so we're going to go right here. Boom. Okay, here's another one of them world symbols. Duh. Look, I got that picture. That looks like the Phantom of the Opera. But here, do you guys see this? Let me turn it sideways. Why can't I zoom? But do you see the face right here? Eyes, nose, mouth, kind of like a horn almost, but I don't know. I didn't read that. What did that say? Our blood is blue in our... Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. The RH negatives were the first rulers of the whole earth, the Elohim, the Hebrews. The true Aryan blue people are the Hebrew that had biddy-chlorine with their melanin to feel the force frock The skin, it's the blacks. Black and white Freemason squares, duh. They are the unconscious descent. Huh, wow. All over the earth there are red-headed mummies have been found. Their symbol, the swastika, is all over the earth. Yeah. There is a much larger face looking down. Where? Are you talking about up here? Is that what you're talking about, April? Are you talking about on my picture or something somewhere else? I got this like about 3 years ago. 4 or 5, like 3 years ago I got that. But this right here, guys, is an interesting symbol here. It's got formula in it. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. And some say that this is the formula on how to find out how big the cold flower of light is at the center of celestial planets. That's the equation. Don't ask me how they knew that, but... Okay, here's a zoomed back version of that picture, I believe. No, that ain't the same picture. Looking down to the left at an angle. So, you know, that's what I think Thoth means when he says that the Germans are the unconscious descent, of a intelligent, godlike people. The Elohim, when they split, they claim they are the Moors. The Moors are tribulated Judah that surpassed trials. Huh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that, but... Okay, we'll go to, look at this monkey face. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. Okay, here's the Anu. I know you guys are sick of hearing about that, but that's my avatar. And the Anu can scarcely be considered a thing, said to be a thing. Though it is the material out of which all things physical are composed. What was that, Tammy? Elohim is what I was talking about, the video. So please watch it later. Yes, I will. I sure will, sweetheart. No problem. I can't even read this, and I don't know why I can't. Oh, yeah, here. Orion. A Hebrew. The name of the constellation, Job, consisting of about 80 stars. There's actually 81. And I think there's 81 nodal points on Earth where the energy grid crisscrosses. And in the tarot deck, the Fool is the #1 card, is it not? I don't know why I just came across that, but I just did, so... And it says, the evening star Venus, the Orientals appear to have conceived of this constellation under the figure of an impious giant bound upon the sky. The giant was, according to tradition, Nimrod, the type of the folly that contends against God. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Wow. Hey, that's awesome. Orion is where Anunnaki come from. Yes. So, the false matrix may be in Orion. May be the trapezium open star cluster. And that's why there's 81 nodal points on Earth, right? Can anybody verify that for me or look it up maybe? Is that the case? You know, where the energy lines crisscross on Earth? You know that... Here, I'll show you. This symbol right here. Where's that? Right there. This right here. The Sprint logo. You see those lines? So that's 81, Tammy? Is there 81? Sorry. Okay, we're going to go back to this. See, now this is where I'm stuck on my journey, guys. On my my truth-seeking mission is, you know, I don't want to propagate information that is going to be leading you down the wrong road. You know, I don't want to be the one. I don't want to be the piper. Go count. Oh, I thought you were gonna. You said yes, yes, yes. You know. Okay, now see this, the compass in the square here. This one, right here. The compass in the square is the same as this. So don't be then. What does that mean? Oh. Good. But you know what I mean? I don't want to propagate information. Know about the trapezium. You think it is where heaven is? But the Big Bang speaks of a black hole, infinity hot and dense. A 3D one has a 2D plane of inertia, where a 4D black hole, but our galaxy has a black hole in its middle. I believe that the Milky Way is a black hole. That is why we see everything as an accretion disk, a belt, the asteroid belt, the Kuiper belt. I believe we are in the hyperboloid, or because we are in a reciprocating precessional hyperboloid. And you look out. The 13th zodiac is actually Ophiuchus, which is, to me, it's a symbolic man wrestling with knowledge, or the serpent. The vulture also represents Nibiru. I don't know about that, but I know that Nibiru, yeah, it may represent Nibiru, but next to Sagittarius, yes. Now, this whole Nibiru thing is what got me into this, guys. Now, this is the winged disc right here. Is it not? Yeah, serpent handler. You're right, Miles. It's Ophiuchus, which is, you know, a man wrestling a serpent. It's in Sumerian as Nibiru broke down. Who just wrote that? Live Free? The cuneiform states that. Here, we're gonna go to cuneiform.org. Since we're in a 4D black hole, the entanglement factor shows that an inverse planet with life on the opposite side of the galaxy is intertwined with us. It's duality, consciousness and unconsciousness. Thank you. That's exactly how I feel it. Now, I had an epiphany the other night that our dreams are the feedback loop from our physical intent when we're, you know what I mean? I think the dreams is the ether state of our existence. And wow, you just put me on to something here that I gotta remember to get over to. Where we're gonna go? We're gonna go to, oh, right here. CERN's Orion Stargate, first black. No, I don't want to go here. Oop, back up. We're gonna go right. Right. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Right here, etymology. Okay, now check this out. I quit dreaming because I didn't want to dream anymore. If there are two realities, there would be subconscious. Should we look that up? Okay, I'm going to have to get you guys out of my way for a minute. You saw Igor break down. I saw Igor break down that vulture thing, Steve. Okay, we're gonna enter, because this right here is what I find very interesting to find out what shit means. Okay, late from Anglo-French vultor, from Latin vultur, early vultur, perhaps related to velar, to pluck, to tear, figurative. Figurative sense is recorded in, okay, vulturine, turkey vulture. Okay, so that didn't tell us much. So it's to pluck, it's to tear. Nobody talks about what? Subconscious? Oh, you want to talk about subconsciousness. Well, that's what that's all what I always talk about, isn't it? What the hell is this 2-bar popping up down here? Stupid. Vulture was a protector god, and Egyptian also had them on crowns and whatnot. Oh, we know what vulva means. Vulva's the female anatomy, right? Is it not? Okay. We're going to, you guys get out of my way here, so females avoid you like the plague. That's funny. Come on. Not wholly conscious, feebly conscious, implied, first attested in the noun, the psychological sense, mental process taking place without consciousness is attested. Okay, we already knew that. What the vulture is? Okay, now I'm going to show you guys something that's really odd. I've shown this before, but I don't know if all have seen it. Look at, I punch in Anu. Now that's what my thing is. What's going on? Just tuned in. Hi everyone. Well, this started out this live stream started out with us discussing the synchronicities in the movie Hotel Transylvania Part 3. Look at, I punch in Anu and look what the first thing pops up. Orion, a Mesopotamian text from 17 calls it the true shepherd, the light of heaven. You know, I mean, come on. Isn't that crazy? And that's where the Anu is. That's right. I believe that. I don't know about the dark matter part, but okay, now you punch in Orion. Watch this, guys. Orion. Anna, the light of heaven. Okay, yeah, we just seen that. Aries, god of war, star pattern is represented by cultures as a giant. The armed king, Old Norse, the shepherd of the Anu. That's just crazy. There was another thing blur, I don't know why blur comes up. A smear the surface of writing, perhaps akin to blear. Extended sense of a confused dimness. Isn't that our existence? A confused dimness. Annuit, corpus. Shepherd of the Anu. Yeah, that's what Orion is. What was that? What was that word you wanted me to look up? Annuit copitus. Okay. Okay, you guys got to stop commenting so I can do it. Oh, look at that. All-powerful Jupiter favor my daring undertakings. Line 625 of book 9 of Virgil's Aeneid. The words also appear in Virgil's Gorgias book, De Facilim Daring Undertakings. Thompson changed the imperative anu to annuit, the third person singular form of the same verb in either the present tense or the perfect tense. The motto also lacks a subject. The motto is often translated as he, God is favorable to our undertakings. But this is not the only possible translation. Thompson wrote, the pyramid signifies strength and duration. The eye over it and model allude to the many signal interpositions of providence in favor. You're going to fall asleep while listening to my voice. You're saying I'm boring you? The original design. So where did the eye over it, the model, allude to the many signal interpositions of providence in favor of the American cause? Where did you get that? Have the same what, Michelle? What did you say? The Greatest Lost Secrets of the Ken's video. Have you seen it? Yeah, I've seen that. Yep. On banknotes. Huh. The connections between galaxies is over a time period is shown also by dark matter. Since the connections in space happen over time, our structure of neurons represents space-time in 4D and 3D. Annuit Coptis. Yes, we are all fractals of the fractal. In the fractal, we are all fractals, but whole all at once. Okay, now I'm going to back up because there was a second. Novus Ordo Seclorum. The Great Seal of the United States of America, apparently an allusion to line 5 of Virgil's Eclogue 4. Pyramid scheme, you mean? Magnus, the great series of ages begins anew. Wow. The word money is a symbol of subliminal message and false god. Oh, wow, that Miles, you just put something together for me there. See, I can't write when you guys are in the way. You guys are in my way here. Money, coinage, metal currency from Old French. Place for coining money, mint, coin money, money coinage. From Monete, in a near whose temple money was coined. Perhaps from Monir, advised, warned. Oh, wow. With the sense of admonishing goodness, which is sensible, but the etymology is difficult. Extended early 19th century to include paper money, make money, earn money, is first attested to highwayman's threat for money of your first life attested. Okay. I am not interested in money, but in the things which money is the symbol of. Money grub. Hang on, I missed somebody's comment here. I'm tired too, Tammy. Yeah, I'm tired too. The more we disassociate from the human world, the closer to the world we exist in what is just an illusionary, the more we are closer by understanding their illusion. That's pretty deep. Bitcom evil. What does that mean? Dang crows, not cows. The one completes the my. The money is your God and fills your hole. You're sleepy. Some say it is Lucifer. He smiles down on your endeavor, on our endeavor. What does that mean? They put a paywall in between the false gods. Simple. You people are too smart. Truth, all things you need to survive are freely available from Earth. That is true. I agree with that. Mono eye, the one eye. The third eye. I think it's... I know you will hang out with us all night, Tammy. I love you too, sweetheart. You're a wonderful soul. So, yeah. Here, we'll do this. I just had an epiphany. A psychiatrist said, I think too much. Yeah, don't we all? God is inside us because the collective whole is too expensive that no one fractal can contain it, except for the fractal of all of us. I gotta go to bed. Love this vid. Keep it up. Watch later. All right. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Privacy. Are you a woman or a male? So I don't, Good night, sweetheart. I love you. Yeah, we seen that green thing in France, and we were talking about that earlier in this video. And I agree with you, Prava. Well, I just don't want to say bud or man or dude when they're... Because I think that green thing is simply just a freaking disinformation thing to get people on our side of things in an uproar about something that don't exist, so they can either make fun of us or keep us distracted by something, because they have to distract us with something, because normal people ain't gonna look at that. They're gonna go, whatever, that's just a bunch of bullshit. And I believe it's a bunch of bullshit. In my opinion, smoke and mirrors, I believe that too. I believe it's nonsense. And anybody who's putting it up thinking it's something real has got to be really, really dumb or a shill. Because if you think about it, if that's there for 4 freaking months, wouldn't there be a ton of military there figuring out what it is? I mean, there would be so much attention from the world powers that if it was true, it would be everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, or it would be hidden. Thank you, Prava. Yes, they do take their nonsense way too seriously. Money is the mark of the beast. We have it in our forehead. Most of us are thinking only how to make more money. The only thing I'm thinking about money is how I'm gonna, feed my family and feed myself. And that's the trick of the slavery we are in, is it not? I mean, what is worse, to know you're a slave, or to... April, that would be sweet if that was a Stargate. Is it above Switzerland or near CERN? Nope, not quite here. What do you mean? What were we answering? If you're tired or something? Tammy will never go to bed. She can't get enough of my voice. Plato's Cave, I love that. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, now, is it worse to be a slave and know you're a slave? No, I don't think it's a portal. I think it's a bunch of nonsense. Okay, now the slave thing is, we're under the illusion of being free. We're under the, what I think is it's the same as always, It's a question. It is questionable. I agree, but if it is there, problem is their illusion isn't good enough to fool me. I find it utterly ridiculous. I could make a better one. I agree with that. That's exactly how I see it. I was just going to call you Omar. My bad, Miles. That's exactly how I see it. Exactly. That's exactly how I see it, too. That's exactly how I see it. Thank you, man. I'm so glad there's others that think like me with me. And I appreciate you even more now, because that is just ridiculous. Nothing more than a fodder. I like that word, Michelle. Fodder. That's pretty good. Hey, Matt, how's it going, buddy? Nice to see you. All we have to do now is fight robots for our jobs, or not even have freaking jobs. Have a contribution to give to our society for so long, and then Okay, sounds good. What if we could live in that utopia? And I know that's far stretch, but there's. I just thought of a video too, and I wonder if it's. People got still shots. Got still shots and can see entities and flying orbs around that green thing. I don't know. My opinion on that, I'll put this to bed right now, is that if it were true, we wouldn't know about it. We would not know about it. We wouldn't know about it at all. Oh yeah, I seen that, Michelle. The Garden of Eden being in the southern tip of Africa. I seen that. Is that what you're talking about? Moneyocracy, rule or government by. The lions live in Eden in Africa. Yeah, they say that. I seen a video recently. Being a slave doesn't fit with my idiom. I'm more a palace living dude with a harem of beautiful women guy myself. Oh my God, I just wrote Africa before you said it. But you didn't read what I said. First, did you? No, I did not. How do you know it's not us waking up to see it, but others can't? To see what? To see what, that green thing? Or you're talking about... You got me lost here, Tammy. Okay, Oh my God, it's 1:30 in the morning here. I can't believe I'm on here with you guys. I fell asleep, had a nap. Never mind, I'm going to bed. I'm sorry, Tammy. No, Michelle, I was talking about, because I think I seen that video you're speaking of. Okay, now what was I going to do? I was going to go to, see, I got ADHD, or not ADHD, but ADD, and I can't keep my thought. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going, thank you. That's what I was going to. Nibiru, cuneiform.org. I gotta get you guys out of my way. Okay, nope. Nope. Fodder. Ancient History Encyclopedia. Okay, City of Europe. Okay, what do I gotta do here? Where did I find it? Boop. What is it? Listen to an article. Nope. They're out there. Who's out there? Early cuneiform, great literary works of Mesopotamia, temple god of Inanna. All that had been devised thus far was a technique for not okay. Give me a minute here, guys. I'm getting to it. Oh, look at this. Garden of Eden. I'm getting to it. The origins, writing. Good night. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go up here. Shut him off. Ancient history, cuneiform alphabet, cuneiform translator. Right here. Cuneiform translator. Fun translations. CD, that's what I'm looking for. It's only 11:30 there, huh? CDLI. There we are. That's my girl. Thank you, sweetheart. That was awesome. Okay. Now we're going to turn sideways. Come on. Okay, now publication. Okay, we'll just enter it in. Nibiru. Well, what the hell? I don't know if this is the right way to do this, but I'm going to find out. Better to die on your feet than live in a cage. Conan the Barbarian. Page 1. Objects found. 0. What does it say? 6 or 0? 0. God. Oh, guys. Yeah, I have one eye, so you guys got to forgive me. Publication. Quick search. Publications, collections, support. What do I look in? CDL Wiki. What's Wiki? Oh, here we are. Okay. This is how I came to the conclusion that Nibiru is planet Earth, is by looking this up. What the hell? What the hell? Show page source. I gotta have a page? What? Rulers, message lists, God lists, science and technology. Productions emanating. Oh my God. Site map. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I just Googled it before, I think. Okay. Urban Dictionary. Nibiru and mean the history behind doomsday theory names. Nibiru answers in Genesis. This is where I looked it up. Right here, I think. I hit this link before. It shows me that I have. Akkadian language translate. Okay, here it is. In a term, the Akkadian language translating to crossing or a point of transition, especially of rivers, i.e. river crossings are ferry boats. In Babylonian astronomy, the term Nibiru in cuneiform spelled... Whoa, what the hell is that? My phone just started taking over. Okay. And then it goes to Nibiru was considered the seat of the summus deus who shepherds the stars like sheep. Wow, isn't that weird? Because we were just talking about the shepherd of the Anu, or the true shepherd. The establishment of Nibiru Point is described in Tablet 5 of the creation epic Enuma Elish, where when Marduk fixed the locations of the Manzazu of Nibiru, Enlil, and Ea in the sky. Nibiru is Marduk's star, which he made appear in the heavens. The stars of heaven let him set their course. Let him shepherd all the gods like sheep. Nibiru is described more closely on a complete cuneiform tablet. Nibiru, which is said to have occupied the passageways of heaven and earth, because everyone above and below asks Nibiru if they cannot find the passage. Nibiru is Marduk's star, which the gods in heaven cause to be visible. Nibiru stands as a post at the turning point. The others say of Nibiru, the post, the one who crosses the middle of the sea, Tiamat, without calm. May his name be Nibiru, for he takes up the center of it. The path of the stars of the sky should be kept unchanged. Bo calls the text objectively the most difficult passage, although it has been handed down in its entirety. The Nibiru tablet does not provide any essential help for clarification. In the enumerations, Nibiru is mentioned as different astronomical locations in conjunction with the position of stars and planets, mostly as a star of Marduk. However, the various stars or planets were not subject to any fixed interpretation. For example, the star Ea was described at various revelation spots, including Vela, Fomalhaut, and Venus. Similar interpretations were made for the other stars of the gods, so simple celestial coordinates must be considered. Nibiru has been associated with the area of Libra. The Nibiru constellation rose in the month of Tisterum, I don't know what that means, around autumnal equinox. However, Nibiru was also named for the planet Jupiter when observed in the month of whatever that word is, Tisratum, in the Mal-Apen. Nibiru is identified as Jupiter. When the stars of Enlil have been finished, one big star, although its light is dim, divides the sky in half and stands there. That is the star of Marduk, Nibiru, Jupiter. It keeps changing its position and crosses the sky. Conversely, tablets refer to it as Mercury. If Mercury divides the sky and stands there... I thought you were going to bed, girl. Its name is Nibiru. Oh, wow. Yeah. In a 2015 report, Cuneiform Digital Library Bulletin, Emanuel Friedman analyzed the extant cuneiform evidence and concluded that the hypothesis that the name Nibiru may be assigned to any visible astronomical object that marks an equinox is supported by cuneiform evidence. And we'll click this link, see what it says. Oh, cannot be reached. Why is that? What did you say that now? The thing is, 5-6 months appeared on nighttime a orange star. I know it is not a star. Stars don't change their position. That thing is moved from left to right. I don't know what it is. I take a picture of it. But right here is where I don't know why I put the two and two together, but Nibiru, as transliterated as Nibiru, is a term of Akkadian language translating to a crossing point or a point of transition, usually to do with rivers. And we are, and it's spelled several different ways. Now, we are at the orange star is Mars. I would have to agree with that. But I think we are at the galactic river crossing. Excuse me, folks. We are at the galactic river crossing. We are at the great year is up, or whatever. We're at the reset. We're at the 12 and the 1. That's why Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, is present in our reality now. I don't want you to go to bed, but I just have to point out the fact that you're not in bed when you say you're going to bed. No, what does it really mean? And from then, if the sky is clear in the nighttime, you can see it with the naked eye. And the divide, the dual, the bi, triangular, Nibiru, the bi is top of the triangle. What does yawn really mean? The 13th sign is Ophiuchus, you know, the 12 and the 1. And that's, to me, that means that we are at the reset. We are at the 1 after midnight, you know, we're at the 13th. That is why 13th. Take it easy, April. I'm glad you visited. Thank you. That's what the whole Baktun, or Great Year of the Mayans, was about. Was the Great Reset, you know, and this happens all the time. And it's been hidden from us, yes. And I think that's what it's all about, you know, and the whole Egyptian canoe crossing, or the solar boat. Here, I'm going to go to Yaldabaoth now, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about Yaldabaoth and the Ouroboros. You know, okay, now right now we're on Aladdin Light. I'm on my phone, so it's called Aladdin Light. It's not the desktop version, but anybody can get this. It's through the government. Yes, I was just, wow, that was weird. Of everything, making fun illegal, right. But look at this. This is... No, you're about the third, fourth person that has told me to watch that. Okay, now we're going to back out here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now, there's Orion. And look at what's around Orion, folks. Do you see? Here's the nebula, where the trapezium open star cluster is, right in there. That's the eye in the triangle, because here's the triangle. Okay? Now, look at... Do you see this? That's the Fibonacci sequence now, folks. Now we're going to go to a different... Now this is the beautiful thing about this app right here. Is it's got so many looks. I'm going to go to the Pan-Stars one because it's the most revealing as to what the government's doing to us. Now, I'm going to zoom back in. Now watch this when I get down here. You see this rectangle? This is where I'm talking about. Do you see that? Now do you see this form right here, guys? Do you see the helmet? The helmet right here, and then the wings. Now watch, I'm going to bring you... Yeah, that Brian Lambert? Yeah. I'll check him out. Now, that's besides the point. This is the wing disc I was just showing you before, but watch this. Now, you see that rectangle right there? Watch now. Come on. Okay, look at. Okay, there's Orion in the mouth of, guess what? There's Yaldabaoth, guys. Do you see him? There he is. There's his head. There's his mouth. There's the red dragon, folks. Now look at. Now watch this. There's the Ouroboros. That's the Milky Way. Boom, boom, boom. And it's eating its tail because look at, we're at the point. Right there where the mouth is. Right here is where the mouth is. This is snake eating its tail. And we are at this point right here because we are connected to Orion. And we're only 1,500 light years from Orion. So I think we're down like right here. Like right in here somewhere. But Orion is right here. In the mouth of Yaldabaoth. You know, and I don't know if it's in a fixed position all the time, but that's it right there. That's the Ouroboros. That's the snake eating its tail. Now, if there ever was a Nibiru, this thing right here looks like it to me. The Antichrist is next. What does that mean? I'm not going to talk about the Antichrist. Right. But if there ever was a Nibiru, I think this is it right here. Look at that. That is just insane, isn't it? Oh, look at that. I never noticed this thing before. But isn't that beautiful? I mean, this is the all-wise image, I believe. Now we'll go to... Here's a different look at it. Elemental looks like the world elite. What does that mean? Okay, here's a Kari Phys telescope look at it. Here's that thing that I said was Nibiru. Look at that. That just looks wild. See the faces in that thing? Damn. But look at that. This is what they call the Dark Rift, is it? I know, huh? It's amazing. Yes, the faces are everywhere. But look at, there's Yaldabaoth right there. And look at, the beautiful thing about this app is you can go here, and if you have any fixed position or anything, you know, that's in the ephemeris or the designation, you know, the bear designation, or if it's got a handle, you can go and look at M42. You know, everybody knows that's the great, where the great is the bottom of my purse. Ain't that the truth? The dark. I love that. Okay, now right there at the crosshairs is where Orion is. So it's right there at the mouth. That's just crazy, isn't that? Do you think maybe that's why Aurora Borealis has been changing? Well, yeah, it's all to do with the energy that our solar system is encountering in the space. You know, because we're not in a fixed position in space. We travel through different planes, through different gases. I mean, the solar system travels, you know, they say at like 187,000 miles an hour. I have no idea to believe any of it, but I mean, if that's the case, we're traveling through this red shit, whatever this red shit is, you know, and we're traversing the galactic river. This is what the Mayans called. Let me back up. This is what the Mayans called the Great River, or the Galactic River. And by the way, that's what the Egyptians. What are you talking about? The snake biting his tail? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh yeah, plasma. Yes, 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 yes. Got to change your battery. And what was I talking about now? You interrupted me. Oh, the Galactic River. Now, by the way, the Egyptians and the Kether Malkuth, you know, the Kabbalah, they say that the Nile, which, by the way, flows north, and they say the Nile is a depiction in the heavens of a certain part of the Galactic River. Okay, now I'm going to bring you guys to my other app, of astronomy app, that I have for figuring out. Okay, this is the Redshift app that I have. Egyptians equated the ocean as chaos, right? Okay, now here's my Redshift app. It shows the constellations, whatnot. There's a galactic river. And I believe that something is up. What kind of telescope do you have? Okay, there's the galactic river. There's Orion. And there's a prophecy. I can't remember what the prophecy was. But they say when the Club of Orion... Yeah, I wish I had a telescope like that Bruce sees all, man. That dude's got the setup. From Orion, yeah. The telescope is. Yeah, I had my eye on a 11-inch from there, and they want like $6,000 for it. But, you know, I ain't got that kind of money. Unless Tammy wants to give me some of her millions. You know, if Tammy wants to share her millions with me and buy me a telescope. I don't know what you're talking about, Miles. Astrocams, wow, Astrocams, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, one of those ones that takes pictures through your telescope? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, now the Mayans, they believed in the turtle. You know, the turtle was the Orion's belt to them. They considered Orion's belt to be the turtle, the back of the turtle. So, you know, they had the turtle. And then within there was the creation, the fire in the hearth. Now, pyramid means fire in the middle. Okay? So we have the fire in the middle, we have the fire in the hearth, then we go to the Mississippi River mound builders, which believed in the eye in the hand. You know, they had the eye in the hand, which was the same as the fire in the middle, which was the same as the eye in the triangle, which is the same as... That's why the eye in the triangle is on the dollar bill, I believe, is because all of this is known to the Masonics, or the Illuminati. So the heart on fire for the center of Jesus too. Correct. That is okay. The esoteric and the exoteric are interrelated, just like in string theory. You know, just like somebody was saying earlier, that there's always secondary or a part of, I don't know how to explain that, but the eye in the triangle is because... is the same as the fire in the hearth that the Mayans talked about, is the same as the eye in the hand, the apple in the Lord's, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go to this because parabolic mirror I can afford. What do you mean? I can make my own telescope? Yes, pyramids, fire in the middle. Oh, there's my Faja. I miss him dearly. I've been struggling with that since 2006. But, yeah, here's all the pictures I got. There's still shots. But, here, I wanted to bring you guys to some information that is very pertinent to what we're talking about here. But are we really truly sure they're just not referring to seeking insight? They are, though, Michelle. It's one and the same. The fire in the middle is the same. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this capstone that was found in Ecuador. This thing on the bottom says the second coming of the Son of Man. Now, the second coming of the Son of Man, to me, means that the only begotten is going to be coming. Now, the only begotten, from what I found and researched... Okay, now here's the Keither-Malkuth model, right here. Now, this is via Danny Wilton. Danny Wilton is a storehouse of knowledge that brought me onto this trail, and for that, I commend. Now, you see the human figure here, right? Now, as above, so below, they say. The Keither is the heavens. The Malkuth is the earth. This is the earth. Fibonacci sequence starts right here, spirals outward. Now, this is where the pyramids are. The fire in the middle. That is where our pineal gland is. And from micro to macro, everything lines up. The nautilus. I don't know what that means, but... Now, the Kundalini is said to go up the spine. There's the spine. I'll check it out. And, but anyway, the Temple of Man is located on the river. You know, everything lines up. A sea creature shaped like that. Okay, now how this video, how I started this live stream was okay, here, the fire in the middle brought me to this. Okay, now this is the trapezium open star cluster, which is located, yes, this is the trapezium open star cluster, guys. Now, believe it or not, it forms a cross. Now, in 2012, yeah, that's the turtle. 2012, look at, there's the pillars, the jet pillars, making the 2-1 again. Eye in the triangle on all things that are important to us, and it's been vilified. This is why it's been vilified. It's made to be vilified to keep the knowledge secret. All of these symbols I'm showing you here, snake's fist, what's that mean? But this right here is the Church of the Jesu, I believe, and this is the depiction. These are what's that? Okay, now here's the Kether Malkuth. This is the Orion Nebula right here on the right. You see? This is the nebula, and this is where the sacred geometry comes in. Look at it. It's exact. That's why the Egypt is in the geological center of the earth. And that's why everything's made to be vilified. You know, everything important. Oh, here's where the helmet is. Remember I just showed you guys that in the nebula? There's the wing disc right here. Remember I just showed you this? See the helmet? Right here. Well, yeah, everything is... I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I feel like I'm missing out. Okay, now here's Yaldabaoth too. Look at, here's Yaldabaoth. This is a depiction. See that right there? Did I not just show you that in the Milky Way right here? That's where Nibiru is in the mouth right here. Isn't that odd, guys? So that shows you that everything is a micro to macro perspective, a fractal of a fractal of a fractal. Even this, even the cosmos. Because I believe our atoms are the same as, oh, here's the red dragon in the nebula as well. You know? What looks like the lights in the sky you've been filming? Which ones? Oh, and this is the creation of Adam painting that's on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And this is the nebula and our brains right profile. Right here. And that's supposed to be God. And all of this stuff lines up. This is Danny Wilton showing that all of these points in this thing line up. The big glob of balls, that dragon. This? Or the one previous to that? Oh, here's the solar boat. This is the solar boat that Egyptians believe that our souls are transported to the Ka with the solar boat. And oddly enough, guys, I'm a mason, and I had this job 2 years ago. It was called clinker job. You know, it's a clinker brick where the brick are all malformed and, you know, deliberately not straight. They're kind of crooked and stuff. But the guy said, build whatever you want on the side. You know, make any pattern you want. And guess what I built? I built this boat right here. This boat I built on the side of his, you know, with a bunch of brick like this. And it looked exactly like this, I swear to you. And then the next thing I built was a spiral. And I had no idea about any of this until 9 months ago now. You know, and it's weird. You know, it's how the collective comes to. That's how all of these, like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, all of these great artists of our time of our existence, they all built this stuff, or the creators of our world, natural Legos, giant Legos made of brick. Right, that's what clinkers are called. But this is the Barnard's loop, guys. This is the Fibonacci sequence that's around the nebula right here. Now you see it. It's right here depicted with all of these angels and stuff. This is a painting in the Church of the Jesu. You know. And I owe Danny Wilton a great debt of gratitude. I mean, the guy is just... Whew. He's an analyst, and he came across this stuff as oddly as I did. Okay, image of the central region of Orion Nebula, a black hole with 200 times the size and mass of our sun lurks there. The Great Pyramid of Giza can... However, indeed we are all fractals... What did you just say? Indeed, we are all fractals of the infinite creator. This they know. However, with the genetic MK, the truth is the only thing no one will believe. That is true. Is your computer going to die? Need to plug it in? No, I don't need to plug it in. I'm not using a computer. I'm using my phone. These are pictures or screenshots from my phone if you're talking about the percentage up there. But right here, the Transformers, shamans of the 21st century. The Great Pyramid of Giza contains the secret of the eternal cycle of life, death and rebirth in our cosmos. The so-called riddle of the Sphinx. The article reveals that formula of reincarnation within the star clusters of the Orion Nebula. In fact, it is the same story of creation embodied in the design of crop circles, sacred sightstone megaliths, and the zodiac that speaks to our origins and destiny as a star-seeding civilization. Indeed, there is an ancient yet modern truth barcoded into our genes. The human soul is a magnetic monopole, but as the Egyptians realized, our soul splits into twins, the Ka and the Ba. These two bipolar entities, however, must be restored to integrity, wholeness here and now. This is like the dark crystal, the shard being missing in the crystal, and until it's fixed, nothing is right. Right. Riddle of the Sphinx. What walks on all fours in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening. So crazy how they put stories in our face all the time. It is. It's like, but it's. I think they is us, guys. I'm not seeing it right. Sorry, sir. What are you talking about? Oh, my phone. Yeah, it's because I got the screenshots. Yeah, you're thinking that the screenshots are... Yeah, I got you. The two bipolar entities, however, must be restored to integrity, wholeness. This is bringing the two to one again. Esoterically, exoterically, literally, and configurative, whatever, you know what I mean, allegorically. This is the meaning of what Jesus commanded in the gospel of immortality. This is the meaning, make the two... Oh, wow, I just said that. He was speaking to the science of soul, Kabbalah. The focus of the mystery school initiations was to cross oneself by aligning the 7 major chakras with the subtle energy grid matrix, Earth, Sun, and Galaxy. The cross of Christ. Baby crawling morning adults, 2 legs and with 1 cane. Oh, nice. Nice. I've never heard of that before. That's nice. Very nice. So Miles presented it, and Live Free decoded it, or knew it. Nice. It also represents the solar cycle. Kepra, Osiris, and Ptah. Once upon a time, I like this one. Life of Man, right. Once upon a time, in the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy, creatures calling themselves Homo sapiens, a Latin word meaning wise, knowing, or knowing man, lived in one of its smaller solar systems on a very small planet they nicknamed Dirt, or Earth. Ironically, they were not wise, knowing, or unique. They had simply forgotten their birth origins, the destiny and celestial beings of the Orion Nebula, the birthplace of the stars, the sons of gods on earth. We are sons of the morning, folks. We are destined to become stars. When we look into the heavens, I believe that every star we see is a soul that is graduated. You know, I believe that that is what the stars are. Now, you can hold your own belief on that, but that's what I now believe. I'd never believed that before. I used to have faith in God just in case, but no more. I have faith now that we are omnipresent God in all of us. We are all part of the whole story. Everything that we see, that we experience, that we taste, that we touch, that we feel, that we hurt, we happy, we sad, whatever. We are all part of that omnipresent God. God is everything. Miles is a smarty pants. So over the course of centuries, as they gazed into the night skies, sitting around at campfires, yearning for clues, a sign from on high, they told each other creation stories, myths, and performed acts, rituals to explain why they were in this predicament. Some religionists said they sinned against a god in one form or another. This is where the whole control factor comes in. You know, a being that had returned to the sky, that they were now quarantined on earth until a savior, in one form or another, returned as promised at the end of time. Your dummy pants. See, I mean, it's just endless. Oh, and here's the creation. We can't read that. That's just too. You're not coming back where? To my channel? Or to Earth? Okay, now here's here is the Great Pyramid texts. Orion is encircled by the Duat. When the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself. I know what you meant. So this is encircled by the Duat. When the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself, this Unis is encircled by the Duat. When the one who lives in the horizon purifies himself, he is content because of them. He is refreshed because of them. In the arms of his father, in the arms of Atum. Come on now. I believe that there's always going to be something here because I believe that this is a soul proving ground or a emotion harvester. You know, it's either an emotion harvester or a soul ascension farm. I don't know if it's that simple, but in your name of he and Orion, your time is in heaven. Your time is on earth. Osiris, turn your face so that you see this Unis. Now, Unis was said to be a king. Now, I've wanted to do this for some time, and I'm going to keep this thought, and I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to do it live, and I'm going to do it proud, and I'm going to do it loud, because I'm going to go to etymology.com, and I'm going to punch in Unis and see what comes up. Because I've been wanting to do this for some time now. And I'm starting to get delirious because it's late here, so forgive me. Unis. Unassailable. Assailable. Related unassailable. Assail. Okay, we're going to back up. Unashamed. Unassailable. Unassisted. Unasked. Uninvited. Unaspiring. Unassuming. Unassimilated. Huh. Oh, let's look up God. God's right there. Let's see what God is. Image of God. God-like person from Proto-Germanic. Old High German. Old okay. Okay. Alright. I'm over that now. I'm over that thought. Back up. Roll that beautiful bean. How do I got 17 people in the middle of the night here? Don't anybody sleep? Hi to everybody. Okay, we're going to go, what did you say? Live free, yes, dropping our egos. This is true. The brains will be chipped so they can just make emotions on command. Correct. They will be shadows of our former selves, sad and unfeeling. Kick them to the curb. Wonder if they will put artificial lifespans in. I think everything will. The transhuman thing. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, in that movie. Here, we're gonna go back to that movie thing. Now, in this movie, get this now. This is another big point of this movie. I'm gonna go back to my vids here. Not that. I gotta close everything here except for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my vids here because I wanted to show you one more thing. Already sad and unfeeling. They don't care about any. I think a lot of that has to do with. Now, when I interviewed Dr. Richard Allen Miller, I had read one of his papers, and it's in that resonant. I'll bring that up in that resonant paper about blue light.
I just want to say that I think this is bullshit. Whatever this is, just add that to this video, just to show you it's bullshit. Come on.
Sorry.
Minus 120.
But right here, look at this.
Release all the negativity and look within. Your bond is unbreakable. Philosophy of Sifu Sing from my favorite TV show when I was a kid, Kung Fu Shit. Philosophy of Sifu.
Now that guy, look at him. He's a machine and a human. Now, do you see that? That guy's a machine and a human. But I just thought I'd go back to that because that you guys reminded me of that when you were talking about it. Now, what else were we talking about here? We were talking about what? Yeah, pretty much. No, that's the what you call it? Movie Hotel Transylvania. And for people that just showed up here, I'll show you guys again.
It's an evil DJ. We need positive energy. Bar mitzvah DJ. We're gonna use good music to defeat his evil music. What? Trust me, I know the tunes, but you've got the power. All right. Okay. Opening song. Ooh, got.
Okay, now that I'm just bringing all this up because this is just telling us that, you know, everything that everything that we're talking about on YouTube is in this movie, guys. And I swear to you, I just watched this movie. I fell asleep watching this movie, and I was like, "Whoa, there's the Kraken," you know. And it controls his mood, mind control.
Be happy. Don't worry. Really? Be happy.
Friday, July 13th.
That comes off.
I want to meet someone.
Understood. You want to eat dim sum.
Don't you get it? I
Shows
want
us a
to go on a
smartphone.
date. I'm lonely.
I understand. You want bologna.
You know, it comes up with all that.
And
Was that you?
And then here's where.
Release all the negativity and look within. Your bond is unbreakable.
There's the Holy Grail. Okay, now there's the Kraken.
Just add that.
And then look at, boom,
Minus
I'll go
a-
right to this where they say,
Not isolated away for more than 10 million years. After the scientists drilled through the ice, they reached the biggest of the lakes, and this is said to have taken them many years. Another story which we have covered before is the mysterious organism 46b. Russian scientists were in Antarctica when they were left baffled when they came across a creature they couldn't explain. The creature has venom and is said to be able to do this from hundreds of feet away.
the Kraken.
The creature has proven theories that may be monsters lurking beneath the oceans and ice. The scientists said the creature is a lot like a big octopus and has 14 arms. It's said that divers, scientists, and researchers battled this creature for many hours. They eventually was able to retain it, and then Russian officials seized the creature. Although these claims are incredible, there is little evidence to back them up.
Yeah, I had to show you that damn octopus again. But yeah, I went to bed watching that movie, and I woke up to my phone. I swear to you, my phone was on, and that Antarctic video was on. So I just had to share it, and that's why I started this live stream. And with that, guys, I'm gonna yeah, always symbolism. Everything is symbolism, and that's what Thoth states. Oh, I was gonna show you guys one more thing, and I forgot what it was. Can anybody refresh my memory? What was it? What was it? I was gonna show you one more thing. One more thing. There's one more thing. What was it? Can anybody remember? Damn it. All right, guys, I'm going to bed. Cake. Cake, what was it gonna... Cake, what? Symbolism and synchronicity and coincidences. When they become more apparent in your life, it means everything's good. Yes, everything... Aligned planets tonight. You're still up, girl? I thought you were sleeping. Octogod. That's a good one. But I'm going to bed, guys. I just wanted to share that all with you. I hope it made some connections for you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Cake. Cake. Michelle, I love you. Take it easy, guys. Love, peace, chicken grease. 1 for 1, 1 for 1. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I always appreciate you guys, but thank you for joining me tonight. Peace out. Oh, don't want to do that. I want to show you my PayPal account. Now I don't know how to shut this off. How do I shut this damn thing off? There it is. See you guys later.